Time to put the disappointment of last season's bottle job behind us. We need to build a team that's going to win the Premier League back and win the Champions League. We got 90 million to do it, plus we got the sales. Let's go and do it. Hello and welcome to Club 6, episode 18 of Half Star to 5 Star here on Football Manager 23. I'm Russ. Coming up today, we have the season review, the transfer special and the first game of the new season. In the transfer special, we are going to be building that team to win the Premier League back after last season's disappointment. We're also going to win the Champions League. Well, fingers crossed win the Champions League. That's going to be the whole point of getting us that 5-star reputation. It's the last thing we need on our CV. So let's jump straight into it then. First screen, there's just no trophies there. Unlike last season where we had the Premier League and we had the Conference Cup, there's just nothing there after we bottled everything. New arrivals then. So signing of the season is Andre Carlos. It can't go to anyone else, can it? It was a lot of money though, £106 million, but he was so good for us. Paid 41 games, 23 goals, 14 assists, almost getting a 7.5 rating as well. Reece James had a good season for us. I mean, next season we are going to have to manage how he plays. He's 35 years old. We have got him, I think it's for another year, might be another 2 years, but he's going to be winding down. Yes, his attributes are still up there. We will check those after we get past the season review, but we need someone to come in on that right hand side. We do have players that can play there. We also have a youth player there, so we will try and manage him whilst developing the other players. Max Dyson was a good signing, £78 million, and what did he get? He got headers at the front post, often started the scoring for us in games, so really happy with him there. He can continue that on next season. Daniel Alves, he's a wonder kid. We will try and get something out of him as well. Mason Mount is another player we're going to have to try and manage his game time. 36 years old now. He's on one more year with us. Maybe we'll play him in that deep line playmaker role. Maybe in the box-to-box midfield. That's the two positions that we are looking to play him in. But yeah, we will manage him. A little bit disappointed in Aitor Castro. Played 33 games for us, 7 goals, 4 assists. Was kind of edged out the team, wasn't he, when Carlos come in, playing on that left-hand side. So maybe that £65 million we could have put somewhere else. Coulton Ovis is another youngster, so he's going to develop quite well. Same as Octavio, both of those wonder kids. And then Calarisa. I think we need to loan him out next season. Didn't play any games for us in the first team at 20 years old. See how well he does and then maybe move him on from there. Season results then. So Premier League, we lost it on the last day, didn't we? That 2-1 defeat to Chelsea after battering Derby 8-0 in the game before. I thought it was just going to be a routine finish for us, but no, we lose. Liverpool win, they win the title back. So disappointment. Champions League then. So we got quarter-finaled by Real Madrid, beat them at our ground and then lost on penalties at theirs. So we need to go 3 better next time, don't we? That's get into the semi-finals, get to the final and then win the final. FA Cup, we were quarter-finaled by Southampton. Carabao Cup, we were beat by Liverpool on penalties. Not really judging that one. And then the Community Shield, Tottenham beat us. They actually won another trophy. So, hey right then. Moments to remember. So our biggest win was against Copenhagen, the 8-0. We also had that 8-0 win against Derby. Match to remember, the 5-2 win over Arsenal. That was the sort of turning point in our season. We were going through games where we win, then we draw and lose. We weren't picking up consistent wins. We beat Cardiff the game before the Arsenal one, and then played them and beat them 5-2 after being... We were 1-0 down, come back, and then went 2-1 down, and then just steamrolled them. So that's what we need to focus on next season. It's just making sure that the start of the season's good, and the league sort of doesn't get away from us. We're not kind of chasing points and then waiting at the end of the season to do anything. Goal of the season came against Chelsea in the 4-1 win at the start of the season. Reece James with a truly magnificent goal against his old team. Finances then. So we're still a 4.5-star reputation club. Sponsorship's down by $1 million. Broadcast revenue is down by about 4 million-ish. I guess that's because we didn't get to the final of anything. We only got to the quarterfinals of stuff. Corporate and hospitality is up by 160k. Competition prize money's gone up. I'm trying to understand why it was lower there. I'm guessing the Champions League comes in, so that's why it's £30 million up there. And matchday and commercial revenue is up by a little bit. Total merchandise sales then, 45.11 million coming in from them, with nearly £24 million coming in from non-domestic sales. Sold over 1.25 million shirts, with Evans selling the most there. I was quite surprised Sesko's below Evans. Sesko plays a lot more games than what Evans does. I mean, Carlos coming in, yeah, he's a new player, and he said we're going to want him on the back of the shirt. How we lined up, so it is in the Poacher's Delight formation here. Every player in the green there, so lovely stuff. So it is Dennis Simon in goal, a back four of Cavell, Salazar, Dyson and James. Pfeiffer being edged out the team by Dyson there. Mason Mount in the base midfield, Giovanni Reyna and Paloma in front of him. Carlos on the left, Carreno on the right and Sesko up front. Accolades then, so we got Manager of the Month for December, March and April. I imagine Liverpool's manager is going to win Manager of the Year this year, so we lose out on that one. Club Awards then, Fans Player of the Season was Sesko, Young Player of the Season was Jefferson, Signing of the Season was Carlos, which you knew about, Goal of the Season goes to James, which you knew about, Top Goal Scorer Sesko with 41, Most Assists was Carreno with 15, Benjamin Sesko getting 13 man of the matches, he also got the highest rating with 7.7, and Max Dyson with the most passes completed per 85, over 90 minutes. And record breakers is Andre Carlos, £106 million for him. Yeah, that is going to take a bit of breaking. Although there is one player that I do want to bring in that would definitely break that transfer record. That is Gavi from Barcelona. That's all depending on whether Reyna decides to sign a contract with us. He does have that option of what he wants to do at the end of it. I'm hoping we can convince him to stay. We can convince him to stay, then we don't need to spend that money in midfield. We can focus that in other areas. Although the other areas to work on, I really don't know just yet. So then, Salazar is named in the best 11 now. He only makes it to the bench. Everything else is who was here before. Is there the club review somewhere? Sport, there we go. So no changes here. We have lost 1.5 million followers on social media though. Yeah, we're not really going to focus on that too much, are we? Club Vision meeting then. So the only thing they're slightly disappointed with is growing the club's reputation. I mean, they're a massive club. I don't know how we can grow it anymore other than winning the Champions League. So that's what we need to aim for. We'll accept the vision because, yeah, why not? We'll do the end of team meeting. First, we're going to have a look at the squad planner for next season. Is this season? Is that next season? Maybe we click on there because it hasn't changed too much. Right, let's have a look at this then properly. I think we're okay in defence. We've got Decker coming in. We're going to bring Max Clark up. Spazio can go out on loan. Diaz can stay at the club as well. Joaquim's going to be going. That's it there. At right back, we're okay, I think. We do have that young player. I can't think of his name. We'll click on the screen here to find him. Ungasm at 16 years old can play right back. He's going to develop quite nicely according to this and his value. So we've got him in there if we need somebody. So right back, I think we're okay. Left back, we invested in there quite a lot, didn't we, with Cavell, Dyson, Octavio, so I'm not going to look to bring anyone in there. Defensive midfield. We got that guy at we got that guy at Rangers, haven't we? Ungwemi, I think he's called. Let's try and find him. Ungwani. This guy, so he can sit in there, do a job for us. He can play the deep line playmaker, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Passing a 17, vision a 17. Don't need a defensive midfielder. Midfield then. We're fully loaded there. I don't think we need anyone on them. Left hand side, we've got bodies there. We don't need anyone. Right hand side, we've got bodies as well. Although Jefferson's not going to be playing there. And we got this guy coming in as well. I think we're right there. And striker, we've got 3 or 4 or 5 players that can actually play out there. So I don't actually know where we can improve. Maybe another centre-back? I mean, let's take out the players we're not going to use. Be that one. You play in midfield now, don't you? You play out on the left. You're not in the team. We got 6. 6 for 2 positions. I don't know. Maybe we do bring Gavi in. If we can't find any other options, then maybe Gavi is the option to bring in. So let's go and have a good transfer window and find out who we can bring in and change and develop this squad. Maybe it just needs freshen up. Maybe that's what it is. So the transfer window is now open. Just the one signing to go through. It's a signing that we made quite quite a while ago. I think it was at the start of last season. So Henrik Modig, should I say. 2.5-star currently, 19-year-old wonder kid. He is a Swedish international, capped 10 times, can play in the centre of midfield, can also play defence and attacking midfield, but we're going to focus him on here and play him in the Mazzala on the attack. If we have a look at those attributes, and the physical side of his game is brilliant. Natural fitness isn't that great, but I mean, he's 19 years old, he's going to go for quite a while. Mental side of his game is brilliant. Bravery is 17, decision making 16, flair 15, and he's only going to get better, isn't he? We also have a look at this other side of his game, passing 16, technique 16. So we've got a nice little midfielder in there. He's going to battle alongside Giovanni Reyna. If Giovanni Reyna commits to a contract, we have offered him one. He does have that 5-star potential as well, so really happy to get this guy through the door. Cost us 2.9 million, so it's a really nice deal. It may have taken the entirety of my time at Man United to get him to sign a new contract, but Giovanni Reyna is staying here. He commits to 2 more years. 220k though, it's a lot of money, but he is a fantastically phenomenal player who can sit there in the midfield, play on the left, sort of play on the right, can play attacking midfield and striker. But yeah, I'm really happy to get him through the door. Well, through the door. Keep him in the door, shall we say, keep him at the club and doing some really brilliant things. Now, I need to make a decision, don't I? I need to decide whether we bring in Gavi or not. With Reyna playing there in the Mazzala, can he play? He can't really play box to box, so we can at 3, but it's not great. Yeah, maybe we go out and find a box to box midfielder, someone who's got that better tackling ability, that better holding up the ball and passing than what we've currently got. Because playing in that role at the moment, Palomo more suited to the Mazzala side of the game. Who else plays in there? Contreras pits in the defence there. So maybe that's where we need that box to box midfielder. Go out and buy someone who can do some box to boxing stuff, if that makes any sense. So that's where that £90 million is going to be going. If we can't find someone, then maybe Gavi? Who knows? Well, Gavi was an attacking option in midfield that we didn't really need, so he's going to be competing there with Reyna. So we look somewhere else. We have brought in Salvador Lolito, or Lolito, however you want to say his name. He's a 21-year-old committed midfielder. Portuguese international, 5 games, 3 goals to them. He's 3-star current ability, 5-star potential player. If we have a look at where he's going to be playing, he can do that box-to-box on support, which is what we want. He's got good dribbling, he's got good first touch, got good finishing as well for a midfield player who's going to just run up and down the boxes. Passing a 14, technique 15. Mental side of his game is brilliant. He's a team player. Work rate is fantastic as well. Off the ball movement is brilliant. And the physical side of his game is fantastic too. So I'm really happy bringing this guy in. He's cost us £43 million. It's not going to break the bank, is it, considering what we got in there? And it's that midfield option that we need, that area where we were looking to improve. It does mean we are going to have to shift a few midfielders out though. So Tavani, Wells, maybe one other player needs to go just to balance the team out, because otherwise we're just paying wages for players that aren't going to play. So once we get those guys out the door, we will let you know. Right, we have come to the 1st of July. We've only got the one player joining us. Defender Maxime Decker joins us on a free from Juventus, where he spent 3 years playing 73 games. Comes at us as 2.5-star current ability, 2.5-star potential as well. So he's playing his absolute limit at the moment. 31 years old. We've brought him in as an additional defensive option just to sit there. Physical side of his game is still fantastic. Heading of 15, tackling of 13, marking of 12. So he's going to sit there in that central defence role, just providing options for us during the cup games, during the league matches where we're playing the lesser opponent, shall we say. Mental side of his game is good too. So I think the squad is looking pretty good. I know we've got a lot of players in the side as it looks here. Maybe we need a 3rd goalkeeper. But midfield's stacked, absolutely stacked. Defence is stacked. Everywhere in this team is stacked. So we are going to have to try and move the players around a little bit just to accommodate everybody coming in. If we have a look at the Premier League, then where do the media think we're going to be finishing this year? First. We are 2-1 to win this league, and in the Dream 11 we have Simon, Carlos and Carreno. Interesting that Carlos is the 3rd best player in the league, Carreno is the 5th. We got any other players there? Doesn't look like it at the moment. So we've got some good players here. Maybe we can bring a couple more into play in this year, but then again, as I just said, the team is stacked. We do need to get rid of some players, so that's what we're going to be focusing on now. So after much debating, we did go out and sign Gavi, 160 million, 60 million now, 100 million on the Never Never. We needed that deep line playmaker. That was the one area I felt we were the weakest. And after trying to sign quite a few players, this is what we decided to do to bring in. So 30 years old, 4-star current ability, 4-star potential, can play midfield. Can play in the Mazzala role. You can also play in that deep line playmaker role. So that's what we needed. Attributes look fantastic. Is what we need. Just sitting there, pinging balls left, right and centre, just creating things. It does mean we have very little money in the budget now. So 8 million still there. We are over the wage budget. So we're going to move a lot of the transfer budget over. It still leaves us 20k over. We haven't got any transfers going out either, other than this loan. Yeah, maybe we can shift a few more players, but we needed him in. We needed that player to make things happen in the centre of the pitch, and Gavi is the man. But there are some players that have left us though, so where do we start then? Let's start here. Dan Wells is gone to Newcastle on loan. There is an obligation for Newcastle to buy him. Tavoni has gone to her for 30 million. Joaquim's gone to Atletico Madrid for 12.75. Tomaselli has gone to Hamburg for 15. Everson is gone to Wolves for 5 million. Can rise to 6.75. And the last one is Cambisius. He's gone out on loan to Stoke. So we spent £203 million so far. 64 coming in. If we include that to the end of the window as well, so Modi coming in, it's about £210 million spent, and not much on return there, but we needed those players. I think the squad is ready now for the Premier League. We've got a few more friendlies, and then we will come back for the Chelsea game. Quick look at the Dream 11 then in the media prediction. They still think top. Gavi's not in here though. Is he even on the list of the best players in the league? Doesn't look like he is. It's just Carlos Carreno. No, he's not on there, but he's the option. That's what we need. Let's come back for the Chelsea game. Opening day at the Premier League then for us. We take on Chelsea. Chelsea stopped us from winning the Premier League last season by beating us. Team we're putting out there to act revenge on them is Simon in goal, back four Cavell, Salazar, Pfeiffer and Jefferson, Gavi making his debut at the base midfield, Palomo and Lolito in front of him, Lolito making his debut for us as well, Reyna on the left, Kreno on the right and Carlos starting up front ahead of Sesko. Sesko hasn't been training that well, so we're going to give him a few more weeks just to bed into the team a little bit more and then introduce him to the season for us. Scoring so many goals for us the past couple of seasons, I'm a little bit hesitant to start him if he's on the decline now. We've just offered him a new deal as well, so that could go against us. It's worth a lot of money as well, so yeah, I mean if he's on the decline, we've just wasted a lot of money on a contract there. And the first highlight is a free kick for Chelsea. They play it into their midfield, shifting it forward. We should deal with this ball. Salazar's onto it, gives it to Simon. Simon into Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer just stands on the ball, waits for a little bit of pressure, doesn't get it, gives it to Kreno. Down that right hand side now with Jefferson. He's got four in front of him, he can find him and he's been dispossessed. Just dawdling on the ball a little bit. Chelsea play it up that left hand side. Pfeiffer should come across to win it. Gives it to Simon. Simon back into Pfeiffer. Jefferson. We're staying on this right hand side for the time being. Palomo. I thought he was going to give it to Jefferson. He didn't. It's Carreno now on the ball. Kreno, I thought he was dispossessed. Gavi now. Gavi makes something work into Lolito. The two debut players combined there to get us a goal. Is it going to stand though? We have a VAR check. And it has been awarded. That's why we brought Gavi in. It's that vision, it's that pass, it's that ball. And Loliso just running on for it from the Mazzala position, slams it into the top of the net. Man United 1, Chelsea 0. Chelsea with the ball running into the centre of the pitch, shifting the play over to that left hand side where Jefferson is with the head. Coreno gives it to Gavi. Palomo, Coreno again. He's got Jefferson on the overlap if you can find him. He does use him. And now it's played into Coreno. Coreno with the cross. One of our players touching the ball then, trying to have a shot. It sort of glances off his foot into Reyna's path and he puts it into the back of the net. 2-0. And here we go again. Pfeiffer with the ball into Salazar. Gavi. Gavi to Palomo. Lolito. Go back to Gavi and he just dinks it forward and finds Reyna on that left hand side. And we've been fouled there. We've got a potential penalty here. VAR going to be checking this one. I mean, we could be 3-0 up inside 15 minutes. I mean, Chelsea is starting to feel like Tottenham do in real life. Penalty review here. And it's no penalty, so we should have a free kick here. Are we going to have the highlight from it, though? Looks like we are. Gavi's gone this one. He's going to float this into the back post. He does. It has been cleared and Palomo's chasing this ball down, wins it. Back into Gavi. Gavi to Lolito. Lolito with the shot and it's over the bar. It's a fantastic debut from our two new players there, Lolito and Gavi. Just making things work on the pitch. Chelsea with the ball, shifting it from right into the centre. Now they go out onto that left hand side. They're turning the ball, trying to create something. They go out to their left. Jefferson needs to stay alert. He doesn't. The ball goes into the box and it's a head that is easily saved by Dennis Simon. Looks to be starting an attack of our own here. He's going slow. Where is he going with it? Rolls it into Salazar's path. Salazar gives it to Lolito. Reyna on the left. Carlos trying to find Coreno and he does find him. Coreno gives it back to Jefferson. Jefferson first time touch into a bit of space. Gets to the byline. Gives it to Palomo. Palomo to Gavi. Gavi with the shot and it is over the bar. We are trying to get our third goal here. We're playing some decent football. Cavell with the throw-in on the left hand side and absolutely wastes it. Why is he throwing it into there? He had the options in front of him in the pass. Chelsea come away down the right hand side, shifting that ball forward. They turn nicely into a little bit of space on that right hand side. We've got players tracking back. Can we keep him on? We don't at the moment. I think Gavi's there trying to win the ball. Chelsea at the edge of the box. Shifting it to Anyan. And it's a long range shot and Dennis Simon should be doing better than that. Chelsea get one back, but Dennis Simon should be saving those attempts. It was from 30, 35 yards out. Should have been watching it, should have dived, should have had his positioning better. Half time here at Stamford Bridge. We are 2-1 up at the moment. Carlos is having a pretty quiet game. So I think we will take him off. We'll bring on Sesko. Hopefully that can get us our third goal. We have been knocking on the door for it. Sesko on for Carlos and we get underway with the second half. It's not a highlight from the kickoff, but we've had 2 shots out of our 11 so far, XG of 1.69, so we are expected to get those second goal. Possession has been even in this match, although Chelsea have just taken that stat now. If we could find a third goal, just to settle any nerves, I was comfortable at 2-0. Conceding that goal, I want that 2-goal cushion really. And it is Gavi with a free kick. Trying to find Palomo at that back post. He can't, and Chelsea get the counter-attack on the go. We've got defenders there, and he's played it back, just try and create a bit of space, and Jefferson wins the ball. Gives it to Reyna. Loleto into Sesko. That's why you bring him on. Come on, boys. Benjamin Sesko, first goal of the new season. And it is a pass in there from Lolito. Brilliant debut from him. Well worth the money we spent on him. And Chelsea had the ball from the kickoff then. Back into their defence. They're going to be looking to try and hit us early if they can. But they're just giving it away. Palomo feeds the ball into Sesko. Gives it to Coreno. Coreno's in the box. Cuts it across to Reyna. And there's Reyna second. Chelsea gambled a little bit there, didn't they? Trying to hit us on the break, and we've just counter-attacked them. We just hit them so quick, so hard, and got our 4th goal. Reyna's second of the match. Coreno's second assist as well. So far, really good performance from us. And Chelsea again are giving the ball away. Coreno's got it, gives it to Gavi. Gavi back into Coreno. He's got Jefferson in loads of space ahead of him. And he does find that pass to him. Ball goes across to Reyna. And it's actual save from Andre this time. Cavell puts it in. It's cleared again by Chelsea. We are relentless at the moment. Coreno into the box. And he goes for the shot. And we got a corner. It deflects off the Chelsea player. We're going to be looking for Pfeiffer from this corner here. Lolita's going to put it in. It's towards that front post and it has been cleared. Reyna recycles it. Sesko turns. Hasn't been fouled. Looked like he had. The highlight ends there. Dyson comes on for Cavell at left back. Kortanovis comes on for Palomo in the middle of the pitch. We've got about 16 minutes left to go in this match. 4-1 up. We are comfortable. Much better second half from us, if I'm totally honest. We've kept Chelsea at bay. We still have 2 more substitutions to make. We'll probably make them in the defensive positions as we get towards the end of the match. Reece James comes on for Jefferson at right back. And Moreno comes on for Gavi. Salazar goes into that defensive midfield position. 3 minutes of time added on. Comfortable 4-1 win for us here. Good debuts as well from Gavi and Lolito. So I'm thinking we can win the Premier League this year with this side. It is so good. It's just whether or not we can keep everybody fit and keep them all injury free. Full-time whistle, 4-1 to us at the moment. We are top of the table. Good result for us. Really happy with that. I think we will come back for our first Champions League game of the new campaign, which is probably going to be... I hate it when it does this. Goes to this sort of screen. When's it going to be? It's going to be in September, so I'm predicting it's going to be in between the Swansea and the Tottenham game. So that's what we'll do. We'll come back for our first Champions League game and the Tottenham match. Hopefully we're still going to be top of the table and doing extremely well in the league. So that's some big money spent in that transfer window there and a decent start to the new season. So if you guys have enjoyed that, big thumbs up on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already done so. And as always folks, thank you very much for watching.